Happening right now, an investigation is underway after a Murphysboro police officer shot a man at a motel. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres is live for us at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center. That's where the suspect had to go. Matthew, what's the latest?
Well, Steve, good morning. In fact, I just saw a Murphysboro police leave the hospital not too long ago. So the suspect is still here in the hospital. However, we have yet to find out his name. This after an intense situation with Murphysboro police when they say the suspect threatened them and his own 3 kids. This is a video captured to us by a viewer of a chase shortly before 7:15 last night. Murphysboro police responded to a domestic call at the Regal Inn on South Church Street to find a man threatening his 3 young kids with a gun. Preliminary information reveals the suspect tried to run over a police. An officer fired shots at him, then leading them in a police pursuit.
It actually went for about 10 miles, as we understand it, originally heading toward the MTSU campus and then circling back onto the other side of 24.
Police say the suspects eventually surrendered out on South Church Street and National Drive peacefully. That's when he revealed that he was shot. He, of course, was flown here to Vanderbilt last night. At this point, we are still awaiting his condition. Reporting live at Vanderbilt University Medical Center this morning, Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
All right, Matthew, thanks a lot. New this morning, a suspected killer is behind bars after a crazy police chase. Authorities in Alabama began chasing Benjamin Young, pictured right there, from Muscle Shoals all the way up into Tennessee in Lawrence County. And that's where the 28-year-old crashed into a patrol car. And you see the result right there. Car flipped over on Iron City Road. Young is wanted in connection with a murder in Tuscumbia, Alabama. No word yet on when he'll be extradited back down to that state. 2 inmates are facing even more charges this morning after a botched escape attempt happened at the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center yesterday. Sheriff Robert Arnold said that Charles Saylor and Larry Bennett Jr. were using makeshift tools to try to break the window out of their cell. They were caught in the act. Didn't work as well as they thought. Saylor was behind bars for burglary and theft. Bennett had violated parole on a vehicular homicide conviction. New charges are now pending against them. In just a few hours now, jurors are expected to begin deliberating in the Erin Andrews multi-million-dollar legal battle against a Nashville hotel. Kimberly Davis is live for us at the historic Metro Courthouse with more on this case that really everyone around the country seems to be watching. Closing arguments were Friday, right, Kimberly?
Steve, good morning. Yes, they do have a lot to think about. They had a lot to think about over the weekend. That's why they got somewhat of a break after listening to those closing arguments on Friday. Now it's up to them to begin deciding whether or not that hotel will have to pay up in this multi-million-dollar case. This all stems from an incident that happened back in 2008. Andrews is now suing the Marriott Hotel at Vanderbilt for $75 million after a nude video of her went viral back in 2008. A hotel employee released Andrews' room information to Michael Barrett, the man convicted of stalking Erin Andrews, and that's how he was able to find her room, alter the peephole, and film video secretly without anyone knowing inside that hotel. Friday, Andrews' attorneys argued that this would have never happened if the hotel had taken the proper precautions in keeping Andrews' information private and by having proper security at the hotel. But the defense argued that Andrews' legal team was trying to tie the hotel to Michael Barrett, claiming that he is the only one at fault and not the hotel. Now today, the jury will convene at 9 a.m. and begin their deliberations, and now the decision is up to them. They could have a decision as early as today or in the days to come, but we will be following all the latest. For now, we are live at the historic courthouse. Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
Kimberly, thank you very much for the update on that. The world is remembering former First Lady Nancy Reagan this morning. Mrs. Reagan passed away from congestive heart failure yesterday at her Los Angeles home. Many say she was a very fierce protector of her husband and redefined the role of First Lady. She'll be laid to rest beside former President Ronald Reagan at the Reagan Presidential Library and Museum in Simi Valley, California. Nancy Reagan was 94. New this morning, a plane carrying a NASCAR team had to make an emergency landing in Memphis. Officials say that plane was returning to North Carolina from a race this weekend in Las Vegas when there were reports of smoke in the cabin. The plane landed safely in Memphis earlier this morning. Members of a Hendrick Motorsports team were on board. All of them moved to another plane for the rest of the flight back to North Carolina. Well, a UT football legend expected to throw in the towel today after 18 magnificent seasons in the NFL. Alexandra Cohen joins us live here in studio with more on Peyton Manning's big news.
Good morning, Steve. The Broncos are holding a press conference at noon where Peyton Manning is expected to officially announce his retirement. This comes a month after a big win at Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos. His first Super Bowl win was with the Indianapolis Colts in 2006. With 2 Super Bowl rings, he's the only quarterback to lead 2 separate teams to Super Bowl victories. Manning is also one of 2 quarterbacks to beat all 32 teams in the NFL. The 5-time NFL MVP does have some health concerns, though. He's had 4 neck surgeries and has battled hip and foot injuries the past 2 seasons. He'll leave the sport as the NFL's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns. Broncos general manager John Elway issued a statement over the weekend congratulating Peyton on his Hall of Fame career. As for what's next for Peyton Manning, there's been speculation that he could work for an NFL team like the Titans or the Browns. Again, that press conference will kick off at noon, and we'll have updates for you on air and online. Back to you, Steve.
Everybody's clamoring to probably have him as a commentator as well. All right, let's switch sports, shall we? Let's do a little baseball now. Happening today, you can go ahead and buy your Nashville Sounds tickets. Single game tickets go on sale this morning. Less than 2 hours from right now at 9 o'clock, it'll be the team's second season at First Tennessee Park right here in the backyard of News Channel 5. So come on down.